Senator Wang.
Thank you, President. Mr. President, first of all, I want to make it clear that Parliament United Party doesn't believe the budget is headed for a crisis. But when it's reasonably possible to improve the budget, we should do it. And even though I wholeheartedly support the R&D activities in this country, in a time that we're facing harsh budget measures coming from the government, I think this bill does present a reasonable opportunity for us to sort of target the wealthy companies and individuals rather than the sick, the poor, and the vulnerable. There are three things Parliament United Party doesn't like about this bill. First of all, it's retrospective. Secondly, it targets the Australian companies unfairly because the overseas company can shift their income to other countries. Thirdly, this bill, as it reads, is a long-term policy, which I think no doubt will hurt our research and development industry. But as I said, if it's reasonably possible to improve the budget, we should do it. And I think this is a good example of Parliament United Party working constructively with the government to try to improve the budget, but also stopping the government in terms of trying to do harsh budget cuts to those sick, poor, and vulnerable. And I will move amendments under my name and Senator Xenophon's name. The amendments will address the three issues I talked about this legislation. First of all, we're going to change the starting date of this bill so it's no longer retrospective. Secondly, we change the assessment from income-based assessment to the R&D-based assessment so that this bill targets both Australian companies and overseas companies fairly. Thirdly, because it reads as a long-term policy, which, as I said, will damage the R&D industry, we are putting a sunset clause in the legislation, in my amendment, so that this bill will sunset in 10 years' time. And as I said, this bill, amongst all the other budget-saving measures, is a reasonable saving measure that we do want to support, and we are going to support it subject to our amendment being carried. And I urge the senators to consider this bill carefully.